It's the month of May here in our draft-only franchise here on MLB the Show 23. And since it is the month of May, I thought it fitting we could see a John May performance today. So let's get to that. A nice win to cap off the Syracuse series 11-1 there. I just kind of want to see how we got to that score. Looks like we got home runs from McIntyre and Nicholson. Alberto Rincon picked up a couple RBIs. Carl McIntyre picked up 5 on the day. That's pretty nice. So let's go ahead and get going against Worchester here for today's game. And we'll be on the road today, going against the 14-19 Worcester. I don't even know the name of their teams, but I'm sure I'll figure it out during the game. We'll be going against Mario Cabrera here today. I don't know if I remember that name from the draft class, but I assume he is a creative player at this point here in the franchise. Now that we're in 2027, a lot of these minor league players will be from the last several drafts. Could be a natural player though, but he's going to be facing a lineup that's been doing pretty well for the most part. We'll talk about players who have been kind of on hot streaks and cold streaks as they come up to the plate. McIntyre ahead 2-0 is swinging at this one. He's going to get this through the infield on the grounder. Hitting 281 so far this year, or 283 I think it was to be exact. Pretty much on line with what I expect from him, and I think good, leadoff hitter numbers from him, and he'll get on base to start this game for us. Alan Evans, much like McIntyre did, is getting ahead 2-0 here as we see the pickoff throw. Hitting 383 this year, a whole, 100 points better than McIntyre. But high-level contact is definitely the name of Alden Evans' game. That's pretty much the entirety of his game, and he is ahead now 3-0. But even still, even expecting a guy to hit really good contact, 383 is better than good contact, and so he's had a extremely hot start to the year. I think when we were playing last episode, he was actually hitting over 400 at the time, so he's cooling off a bit, but still having a really good year. It's going to bring up Alberto Rincon. Cabrera doing a little bit better of a job this AB, getting ahead 0-2. Rincon over 300 on the year, but doesn't look like he'll get a hit this time around is what I was going to say, because I thought that was going to be caught in foul territory, but instead he's swinging at this one outside the zone. He got a pretty good piece of it for it being such a difficult pitch to hit. He will advance Carl McIntyre to third, making it easier for Mosqueda to pick up an RBI here should he get that opportunity. But first out of the ball game for Worcester. Fastball hitting about 97 miles an hour is pretty good for Cabrera. And that one is hit right up the middle by Russell Mosqueda. He's going to bring home a run. Allen Evans going for 3 here, and the throw offline will allow him to dive in safely. And so runners will remain on the corners, and an RBI for Mosqueda. I think he's had an RBI every single time we've watched him play. Yes, the sample size is only 3, but hey, I'm excited about him. So if I have an opportunity to talk about how good he is, I'm going to do it. Cabrera showing some nice control on the high fastball. Those are seeming to be his best pitches early on in this game. And this one's a light tapper. Probably going to be a double play. No, he will avoid it. So instead of the double play, we'll get another run scored here on the fielder's choice from McGill. So 2 outs and a man on first, but 2 runs in the first inning for us. It's going to bring up Kevin Sandoval, only hitting 242. This is easily his worst year so far for us. OPS at 765 is not bad though, so still supplying the power, just not quite as high of an average. This is more kind of where I would expect him to play. He's just really exceeded expectations the first couple of years. And that is a nice hit out into the right field. Up against the wall. Should be extra bases. And we tried to get greedy there and send Jason Gill all the way home, but he will be tagged out. You know, having already scored 2 runs in the inning, I'm not mad at the over-aggression, but I wouldn't have done that myself. But stringing together a nice bit of hitting there from the offense in the first inning. Got to bring up John May, who has been really bad to start this year. Was last year's disappointment of the year as well. One of the highest ceiling pitchers we have, but he just hasn't been able to put it all together the last couple of years. Had a really solid season 1. Just hasn't been able to follow it up in AAA. 2-2 through the first 5 pitches of this at-bat. That one is hit well by Araujo, but it goes straight over to short. And he will be retired here to start the bottom of the first inning. 2-2 once again for May. That one is low in the zone, but it will get through the infield. So Yamazaki will get the offense going for Worcester this time around, bringing up Jaron Duran. Duran lifts this one straight to center. McIntyre not needing to move too much to corral that one. Second out here, bottom of the first. 1-0. That one was left a little bit over the middle, but Ray Beasley able to run it down. And that is the end of the first inning. We get 2 runs on 3 hits. Worcester Red Sox. Told you I'd learn their name at some point in the episode. Not able to get any runs on the 1 hit that they got. Was inside the zone, runs this count full. Those high fastballs are definitely Cabrera's best pitch today, but then the 3rd time around, not even close. So Boyer will get that walk here, bringing up Benitez, who's hitting over 300 so far this year in that 9th spot. Definitely playing above expectation to start his professional career. Is going to be in for a strike. The steal by Boyer will be successful. His 4th thus far this year. So Benitez falling behind 1-2, but now has a man in scoring position. That's strike 3, looking for Victor Benitez, excuse me. Did not like what he saw there, but that was certainly inside the zone. So Carl McIntyre now will be the one charged with bringing our runner across the plate. Low in the zone. McIntyre gets a ton of this ball. That one is through the gap. Going to score our 3rd run here early and be an RBI double for Carl McIntyre. Well struck, his 8th double thus far this year. Starting this day 2 for 2. Like to see our center fielder making plays out there. Alden Evans chops it to 3rd. That will not be enough to extend our inning. So the 2nd will be concluded, but Carl McIntyre able to make sure it wasn't a scoreless inning for the squad. 1-2 pitch for York is a slider that will be for the first strikeout here of the game for Charlotte. Nicely located there on the outside edge of the zone. York couldn't quite find it there. Going on 30 pitches here, trying to get out of this inning for May. He gets the man to go around that very high fastball. So 2 strikeouts and a ground out in the 2nd for our guy May. So pretty good inning for him. That one hit deep by Rincon, but caught in left field. Come on, man. That was a really nice hit. Not going to be rewarded for it, though. Light chopper from Mosqueda, but it will get past the diving glove of short. So Mosqueda with a couple of singles here to start his day. That one's going to be caught over it. I wasn't even commentating because I thought that one was going into the stands. All right. Sandoval is retired out in foul territory to end the third for us. Hit well by Oki, but it goes straight to the glove of Rincon. He's got nice reflexes and makes the play over at first. That one hit a ton by Enrique Arrojo, but it goes right to Carl McIntyre. So 3 outs on just 4 pitches in the inning for John May. Gotta call that a successful inning. Ray Beasley hits this one decently well out to center, but not able to find the gap on it. Like Boyer swinging on the first pitch, and he got a nice chunk of this ball up against the wall out in right field. Gets himself a double here. His 6th of the year. Puts a man in scoring position for us as we look to hopefully extend our lead now in this inning. That one just screeched its way out to the wall there. Great contact from Boyer on that ball. Timed it up nicely. 3-1 pitch is chopped right to first. He will be retired, so we'll settle for nothing there in the inning, but got a decent number of pitches there on their starting pitcher, so that's something. Struck well by Yamazaki. That one's going to get through the infield. Jason Gill corrals it cleanly, so we will hold Yamazaki to a single, but that is the second time he's gotten himself a hit in this game. He's been the best player for Worcester so far. May looking for a double play here with this 1-2 pitch. He might get it. Mosqueda to Boyer to Rincon. The double play is made. 5-4-3 this time around. Nice pitch from May, making it nice and low in the zone, and then the defense behind him does the rest. This one's going to be a chopper over to Rincon. The throw to May. He covers first. And another quick inning for John May. The pitch count per inning is looking better and better every time he goes out there. Rincon chops it straight to third. And so in like 3 or 4 pitches, we've got 2 outs here. This is starting to look like what we've been doing to the Red Sox so far. Mosqueda trying to go 3-4-3 or draw a walk here with this payoff pitch. Instead, he's swinging through the changeup to end the 5th. So probably our worst inning here through the first 5 for us in that one. Had our best hitters up to the plate and just couldn't get anything going. Slider is hit by York. It's going to touch down just in front of Gill. Didn't quite have enough speed to track it down, so the leadoff single from York on the first pitch of the inning. 2-2 is going to be straight to Boyer. Not enough time to go for 2 that time around, so we'll settle for the 1 out. Swinging on that first pitch, and it's going to touch down in front of McIntyre, and that's going to be the first Worcester run. They've gotten a couple of just bloopers here. Pretty unlucky. You'd think we'd have the speed in the outfield to maybe cut more of these off, but just been unlucky. 2-2 is the count here, and that's going to get past the glove of Rincon. So Worcester staying in it here in the 5th inning. Now we'll have men on first and second with 2 outs. We're not going to get out of this 5th. Arrojo's going to get himself a hit on the first pitch here, and Worcester is bringing this lead to just 1. Am I getting deja vu? I feel like we just had this with the team. Get off to a nice lead early, start stranding people on base, and now All of a sudden, we can't pitch. Looks like the bleeding will stop here, as the ground out to short will end the 5th. But now our lead is just 1. Our offense has to come out and start producing again. Full count. Pitch is going to be called for a ball. We got lucky there. That should have been a strikeout looking for Gil. It's also going to end the day for Cabrera. Sucks for him. He definitely shouldn't have allowed that walk right there. That was a beautiful changeup. That pitch is low in the zone for a strike. The throw to second is nowhere near on time. Jason Gill steals his 6th bag of the season here. A beautiful jump on it and just non-competitive. Probably could have walked it into that base. That one's high in the zone. Sandoval swings on it. It's going to be deep to right. Should be taggable here for Gill, and he will attempt it. Walks straight into 3rd. So our best chance to score here in a minute. 1 down and a man on 3rd. Beasley behind 1-2 here. We just can't have a strikeout or a pop out. We're not going to get either there, and it's going to touch down in center field. So Beasley, with his first hit of the day, will score the 4th run, giving us just a little bit more wiggle room in the first run we've scored since the 2nd. Nice to see the offense respond here after getting pressured a bit by Worchester. Boyer has got himself a walk and a double today, but now he's going to pick himself up a double play grounder. So we've seen some really good from him, and then that's about probably the worst play you can make in baseball. So not a great way to end the inning, but we did get 1 run across, courtesy of Ray Beasley. May hasn't been able to find the zone here, and he will not do that on the 4th pitch. A 4-pitch walk to start the 6th for John May. Just outside the zone, Rodriguez is taking a piece out of it anyway, but McIntyre able to run it down, and so a fly out for Rodriguez. May finds himself ahead of the count here. This pitch low is going to be tapped down by Boyer and just makes the play in time. Beautiful play over at second. Nice efforts from number 32, making up for grounding into the double play in the previous inning with a nice defensive play on the other end. Struck well by Roman Anthony. Probably going to score run number 3 for Worcester here. We won't even attempt the throw to home. So Worcester keeping things close here in these middle innings. And honestly, it's anybody's ball game here to take. That's a miss over the middle from May. Bo Phillip, though, not able to get quite enough off of it. Could have been a big play for the Red Sox. Instead, caught at the warning track. Both teams have 7 hits through 6 innings, but we have the 1-run lead. Benitez falling behind 0-2. That's a miss from Webb. Hit well by Benitez, and it's off the top of the wall. Just couldn't get that one to go yard. A couple more feet of distance, and that's a solo shot from Benitez, but still a beautiful hit from him. Gets himself an extra base hit to start the 7th. 1-2 for McIntyre. Needs to protect. Instead, he's going to get called out on the generous call. Strike there from Blue. He's been calling a lot of these borderline outside, though. Yeah, he's had kind of a wide zone all night, so I'm not mad at it. Rincon looking for hit number 1. Can he get it here? It's going to be lifted straight to right field. So 0 for 4 so far for Rincon. Not his best day. Would have loved for him to come through for us there, but couldn't quite get the job done. Juan Moreno checking into the game. Getting behind here 3-1, but it'll even... Or sorry, make the count full. Not quite even. Even would be a strikeout right here. And that's exactly what he's going to get on the low circle change. Nice job bouncing back in that at-bat from Moreno. Nice start to his day. First pitch swinging from Arrojo, lifts it to the outfield again, and so finally we get a quiet inning on the defensive side, and so we didn't score anything, but we were able to hold Worcester as well. So let's see if we can't build ourselves some wiggle room against Joely Rodriguez. Mosquera staying alive here, and he's gonna chop this one to short. He's retired here to start the 8th inning. You'll hear also falling behind. I've been impressed with some of Rodriguez's stuff here so far in the 8th. And he's going to retire Gil on the fly out to shallow right field. Some nice patience here from Sandoval. Going to bring this count full. And he's going to get himself a walk. 1-2, the fastball outside the zone, but they'll say Beasley went around. So a quiet 8th. We've got no wiggle room here as we go against Yamazaki's had a pretty good day against us. Count even here. Hit through the middle of the infield. Jalen Duran will get on base for Worcester. Now the tying run on the base pass and the go-ahead run for Worcester coming up to the plate. That's gonna be a 2-run blast. David Rodriguez is gonna give Worcester the lead here, bottom of the 8th. And things are looking an awful lot like they did just last episode. Holding the lead for the majority of the game and then just blowing things late. Pressure's now on our offense here to retake this lead, but we got to get out of this inning first. Just a curveball left right over the middle by Rodriguez. You can't make that mistake, especially with the 4-hitter who's going to have some power to his bat. Oh, 2 is going to hit Roman Anthony. And I think he went around that ball, so this 8th is extended because of the hit by pitch. Lifted over to second. Blake Boyer makes the easy play. A pop out to end the 8th. George Morales comes in to relieve Rodriguez and takes care of business. We've got one more inning here to retake our lead. The problem is we've got the bottom of our order. Boyer here showing some nice patience, getting ahead 3-1 on their closer, Carlos Estevez here. This one's going to be chopped right up the middle past Estevez. So a single for Boyer. Pull it off the 9th, and there we go. Tying run now on the base paths for our squad. Bunt from Victor Benitez. That was a horrible bunt. Oh my gosh. That literally accomplished nothing. That was such a bad bunt. Goodness, dude. McIntyre's getting screwed by these borderline pitches. Both of his strikes have been pretty terrible, but he will eventually draw himself a walk. That second one was a little bit more borderline, but the first one was so bad. Evans hitting 380 this year, hasn't been able to get involved today. We're gonna bring a man home, and he is safe, tying this game up at 5 apiece. Very close play, but Alden Evans comes in clutch for the team. Gets that hit to fall just in front of center field. Didn't know if we'd send a man home there. We would end up doing it, bringing up Zach Littell, who is part of our Las Vegas Athletics franchise. Full count for Rincon. And he will draw himself a walk. The bases are now juiced, bringing in generational prospect. Russell Mosquera has a chance to blow this game open. I've never wanted a grand slam more in my life, but I'll take really anything that brings a run across the board. This one's a tapper. Just don't be a double play, please. And it is. Come on, Mosquito. How do you grant it to a double play there, dude? Oh my gosh. With bases juiced and 1 out. No double plays, no strikeouts. That's it, bro. Come on. Full count here against Chris Oakey. Payoff pitch is outside, and so we left the man who's hitting 200 on the year on base via a walk to start the 9th. That's exactly what you want to happen. Buddy Kennedy with the bunt. That one's almost as bad as the one we had there. Does nothing for Worcester. These guys at the minors don't know how to bunt. Let's get a double play here. Gonna get the strikeout swinging on the curveball in the dirt. Wasn't the double play, but I'll take it all the same. It's a miss over the middle. And that's gonna end up with a single for Yamazaki. His 3rd hit of the day, the only one to reach 3 hits, even though we've had a couple guys that have had several opportunities on our side to get their 3rd hit, just haven't come through for us. Duran is going to lift this to Gill. He makes the grab, and we're going to extras here in this game. Both teams 5 runs on 10 hits, no errors. Things looking pretty even. Can't even for Jason Gill. This ump is rewarding so many borderline pitches. I'm surprised he didn't call that strike 3. Honestly, like, pretty shocked that that was not a called strike 3 from him. That would have been like one of his least borderline calls all evening. But Gill's going to lift this one to center. We'll see if we tag this one. I imagine we will. And Mosquito will get to 3rd here. Sandoval has the chance to give us the lead. So up to 18 pitches here. Count is 2 apiece for Sandoval. Just don't want to get a strikeout here, and that's exactly what we're going to get, man. It's been a wide strike zone all night. It's in the 10th inning. You have to know that by now. These have been getting called all night. Protect the damn plate. Right to 3rd. And we don't get a run across. This team is incredibly unclutched so far in the episodes that we've watched. Oh, goodness. Can we just end this game in the 10th? I'm so tired of watching this team try to do anything positive when the moment's, you know, there for the taking. Rodriguez hitting below 200 with scoring runners in scoring position this season. Looks like his numbers aren't going to be increasing here. The runner will also hold at 2nd there. Lifted by Roman Anthony straight to right field. So a 1-2-3 inning here from George Morales. Our offense has another chance to choke. Now is 2 apiece for Blake Boyer. We're swinging at that. Nice. Well, we got the runner to 3rd once again. 1 out. Just need some solid contact here from Victor Benitez. And he also hasn't swung at either pitch that's been inside the zone. So I don't think it's coming here. He's been not playing great. And that one's going to get past the glove of Shorts. It will score the go-ahead run. Not going to be the home run I was talking about, but he will get himself an RBI single, putting a bit of pressure here on Worcester. And not a very pretty hit, but it's what we're getting here in the clutch for this team. Showing a habit here in the 11th of just watching balls go by us in the zone for the first 2 and then having to protect the plate after that. But then we get these little blue pits. It's 2 ABs in a row that are very, very similar. but both led to singles, so who am I to judge? This one's not going to be what we want here. Hoping to avoid the double play, but we can't do it. Evan's not fast enough, so we'll have to settle for the 1 run here on the 2 hits. And now Bartolo Ordonez is going to come in. He saved 8 out of 9 opportunities. ERA doesn't look great, but can he come in and secure the win for us here in the 11th? Tapped over to first. Rincon is going to handle it and get the first out, but the runner advances to third, so we need a strikeout or a pop out here to avoid this game going to a 12th. That's going to be a hit for Chris Oki. Guy that's sitting 200 on the year is the one that we somehow can't get an out against here late in the game, so that's really awesome news. AB continues here, and this was the inning to win it. We had our closer in, we had the bottom of the lineup, and instead, Ordonez just is terrible. That might be the end of this ball game here. Goodness, our team just does not know how to close out a game. Holy crap, 2 episodes in a row we've seen this. Ordonez, I don't think he's our long-term closer. Yes, this is just a 1-game sample size, but the guy has like no velocity on his pitches, and everything's super hittable and easy from what I've seen from him. And so we lose the 2nd consecutive episode because we don't know how to perform in the clutch. If we literally just had Russell Mosqueda knock ground into a double play, if we had our closer close, if we had this, that, or the other, we had plenty of opportunities to win this game. And we suck. And so we didn't. We're 20-14. We're at the top, but goodness, these episodes have been really, really frustrating. And I don't know why, because our clutch ratings are not bad on this team. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. Batting clutch. 81, 80, 79, 78, 74, 73. Like, who has bad clutch that is actually getting playing time on this team? Like, Sandoval, 50. 50 is our worst clutch of guys that are actually playing. And that's not terrible. We have guys in the 80s, man. I don't know what's going on here. Let's look at pitching clutch of Ordonez here. It'll be easier just to find it here. 60. It's not great, but good. Yeah, look, 3 pitches and he doesn't have any velocity. I just don't think he can be our long-term closer, man. I just don't think he has it. But frustrating loss. Let's go ahead and simulate through the rest of May, and I'll see you when we get there. All right, so here we are at the end of May. We end at 31-26. We're down to 3rd place in the division. We're the best team in the league. Our last 10 we're 3-7. We're not exactly playing the caliber of baseball that this team should be. And it's evidenced by our episodes, man. We're losing here. I think we've only won 1 of the 3 games that we played so far this season. And we got to be better. We got to be better. This is definitely a team that should be making the playoffs this year, yet we're 3rd in this division. And so hopefully we can turn things around as the season goes along, as players continue to develop here. Just taking a quick look. Russell Mosqueda hitting 309 with 6 home runs thus far. Sub-3 ERA, 1.14 whip for Pringles, really nice. Cone, 10 home runs. McIntyre's on a bit of a cold streak. Kevin Sandoval's heated up, and now he's got kind of where we've expected him to be. He's a 280 average with 811 OPS. His contact versus lefties isn't going up very well, but his power is. Gill, that's pretty disappointing from him, hitting only 235, I must admit. Evans is on a bit of a cold streak as well. He's just not doing great. Boyer did get injured. It was just a couple of weeks, though. Probably my biggest surprise in the franchise so far is that McIntyre hasn't had like a big injury. He gets like minor injuries all the time, but the fact that this guy has yet to get a big injury with his durability at 32 is pretty impressive to me. But this team's got to start performing up to their ratings, man. Best contact team in the league. I guess if you take everything else, we're probably not the best, and so can contact alone really carry you? Looks like so far it can't. Hopefully it can as the season goes along. We were the best team in all of AAA the second best team in all of AAA in terms of record last year. We just happened to have the best in our division, so we didn't make the playoffs. Tough division to crack, but we've got to do it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If we're gonna wait to promote to the MLB until we win, the title at the AAA level, we got to go out and get that done, because I do think this team could be ready to start at the MLB level next year. We're not going to be a good MLB team next year, but there's guys like Mosqueda, Pringle, Rincon, McIntyre, Sandoval, Gill, Alden Evans. These guys should be getting MLB time. We got a guy with 99 contact here, just chilling at the AAA level because of the rules of the franchise. So I'd like to get this AAA portion done as soon as we can, hopefully this year, but some things got to change if that's going to end up being the case. That's all we got for this episode. I'll be back soon with another, and I will see you then.